Hey everyone, this is Fred of Kaz-Magic Arts. Thank you for tuning into another video on learning how to draw. So, in the previous videos, we've learned how to deal with separate body parts of the human body. So, this time, we're going to actually take the time to put all body parts together. And I'm going to do one sample of the male, and I'm also going to do one sample of the female. So, let's go ahead and get started with the male. So as we've talked about with the male before, or just any part of the human body, you basically want to start with the head first. And then come down. You got your line right there. And I'm actually going to make this a little bit more simple, but if you want to, before you actually get to this video, please make sure that you actually watch the other videos first, so that way all body parts have been broken down into separate details before we actually get to the big bang over here. So you got your chest area. Then you got your shoulder joints. And I like to make this little set of lines here for the spine area. That's just my little take on it. And then it gets down to the pelvic area, or should I say the hip area, or groin. You got your hip joints there. And then we're going to work on actually getting the arms and the legs drawn. So let's go ahead and get the arms first. And then you get to your elbow. Drawing out the rest of your arm. And the hand will probably still be a little bit tricky, but there's a definite video for that as well on how to actually draw hands. Now we're going to actually draw the blueprint of the legs, going on down to the patella bone, or should I say the kneecap. And then working his way to the feet. And so for the female, I'm actually going to draw this kind of counter clock corner, I guess, or somewhat kind of semi-profile. Start with the head. There's your neck. And then you have your chest or abdominal area. And the bosom, of course. Going on down to the hips. Your knee. To more of the legs. And your feet. Your shoulder. Your elbow. Rest of your arm along with the hand. And same goes for the other side. All right, so now that I've actually got those blueprints done, I'm gonna go ahead and add in the detail for the male. So Usually what I do first is that I start off the neck after I get the whole blueprint matched out. I'm sorry, mapped out. And then I try to work my way to the arms. Now, keep in mind that the males and the female both have different body shapes. So with the male, they're actually going to have a little bit more of a straight edge body feature, while the female is going to have a little bit more of a sensual kind of a curve going on for herself. Getting down to the legs here. I actually had this book called Anatomy for the Artist, and this has really helped out a lot as far as actually getting the human anatomy down. And I will say that I didn't exactly draw like this at first until I actually got the book. I ordered it from Amazon.com, but it's definitely highly recommended amongst animation students. I think that's when I first found out about it because I was going to school in Tampa, Florida, to learn graphic design, but I voluntarily took some animation classes. And I think one of my friends actually had that book. Actually, a couple of my friends probably had that book, so I'll have to ask them to find out if they did. So the book has become very helpful to me, and then I actually lend the book to another friend of mine whom has been engaging in some events with me. And it seems like with him reading that book or just actually looking at the anatomies a lot more, it has really helped him a lot. So he's definitely doing very well with his art style. All right, so I'm getting down to the female. I probably should have like just kind of curved her in, but that's all right. And as you've noticed for the female, I'm not actually making her arm all buffy like how I made the male over here. So I got that rib area coming up. Got that leg. Actually, make that hip a little bit more noticeable. All right, and I can go ahead and draw out the little finger ideas for the male. The female, I don't have to really worry about it because she's actually got her hand on her hips. And I'm not going to go super detailed with the males, but just giving you a general idea that the hands are there. All right. So now that I've actually got those into play, I'm going to go ahead and erase that blueprint. So that way you guys can actually see it a little bit more. Probably gonna have to go back in and actually straighten out some of that mess that I just got rid of. Alright, so go back in with this. Actually looks a lot better than I expected it to. But there you have it. Your prime examples of what you are looking for when it comes to the male and the female body. And it actually got me to a point of where I not only really just studied the bones and the muscle structure, but I also had to learn like proportioning. And that's one thing that you really want to keep in mind when you're actually doing this kind of drawing for the human body. It was like as if the male's head and the female's head both seem like they're actually large. Well, technically they're not, because as from what I've read in the book, everything is actually supposed to be equal length of each other. But there are some people with abnormal bodies. But what you see, what I've done right here, this abdominal area is probably not as great of a proportion as it is with that. So proportion does play a big part in it. But I hope this example really helped for a lot of you. If you do have any questions, please leave your comments in the comment section. Like and share the video if you would like, and please don't forget to subscribe. I'm actually working on something right now. I'm actually working on Wonder Woman, or at least my own version of her, and I'm actually very satisfied with how it's turning out so far, and I'm looking forward to actually finishing this. But this is Fred of Kaz-Magic Arts. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you guys next time.